Max Barker.
This bitch is weird. Sup?
Max was a new college transfer student looking to rent out a room on Craigslist. Fortunately, he found a nice 2-bedroom apartment for cheap rent and close to campus, so
Whoa,
it was
whoa, 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 whoa. No. Hold on. Did I just hear Craigslist? What's the title of this video? My super creepy roommate from Craigslist. So I don't even need to say that you clucking up. But you are clucking up, so I'm just gonna say that right fast. Because it's in the video, it's in the title alone. My super creepy roommate from Craigslist. That's what? That's already off bucks. 109 red flags. Like, I don't even need to see the rest of the video because I know it's gonna be
ideal spot. The girl who lived there was named Beth and she was 29. She was
Okay.
tall with jet black hair and wore pale makeup. She seemed...
So this bitch looked like the Grudge. Or the Rain. Somebody. It's one of them two bitches. Anybody, not even a female, anybody that just comes up to you and says, hey, or like, how are you, or whatever. But that person is very, very, very pale and has jet black hair. Shit. Haul ass like a motherfucker.
nice, although a little quiet, but she decided to let Max move in. During their first night living together, both of them went out for pizza, and that's when Max could tell there was something a little bit off with Beth. Throughout dinner, she kept telling him how much he looks like Shia LaBeouf. Max didn't know what to say, so he just shrugged it off with a thanks, even though he looks nothing like him. When they got back home, Beth asked if he wanted to see her room. Her walls were covered in posters of Shia LaBeouf. She even had printed out photos of him all over her mirror. She owned all his movies, and Max didn't know what to make out of it.
I know I've seen this video before, but it's not like, it was like it wasn't an animated version of this. So I don't know if that's a difference. But, yeah. So, but, come on, Mo. Come on, like, if you don't believe in red flags, then you have to believe in listening to your gut, motherfucker. Please. Shit. Because you started to piss me off. That's weird as hell. That's beyond weird. Like, you just... That's like, what is that? What would you call that? Somebody that's like beyond weird. Like, let me know. Like, give me a word for that. Let me know in the comment section below. Because I'm going to start saying that. Somebody that's like that's beyond weird. Like, I'm dead ass going, if you like, you know, excuse me, if I just met a female, right, and we kicking it or whatever, and we you know, good vibes and all that, and she been over my house, everything's fine, then I go over her house, and I enter her room, and I see shit like this, I'm not gonna say, I kid you not, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna walk the hell on. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna haul ass. Cause that's like, again, that's beyond weird. That's more than red flags. Like, I just got goosebumps too, Mo. Like, and I'm not even, has anybody ever experienced that shit? I'm getting goosebumps, and I'm not even, I'm not even in a situation like that, or I never even experienced, so I'm not even in the story, and I'm getting goosebumps. Can you imagine what I would feel like, or what you would feel like if you was to actually experience that shit?
The entire night, Beth had been saying how much he looks like him, and now it's obvious that she's obsessed with the guy. A few weeks passed, and they never really saw each other that much. Beth would come home from work and practically run into her room and spend the whole night there.
Wow.
She had this creepy, high-pitched giggle, and Max would hear her giggling through the walls all night. What the hell could she possibly be doing? Occasionally, Beth would come out and talk for like 2 minutes, and she would always be slurring her words, so Max suspected that she was drinking a lot. Sometimes Beth wouldn't say anything, and she would just stand in the hallway and watch him in the living room. Max would turn around to see her and say, "Hello, Beth." And then there would be this long, awkward pause while she gave out her creepy, high-pitched giggle. It was uncomfortable being around Beth, and she gave him the chills. One night, Max woke up at around 2 a.m. because he heard what sounded like the front door being unlocked. He came out of his bedroom and all the lights were off, but he could still see Beth standing at the front door. She had her face against it, and she was turning the lock back and forth over and over.
Just a fun fact about me. If I'm reacting to a horror video, right, something like this, or just a horror video in general, and I pause the video and I don't say shit, but I'm doing like some I don't know what I'm doing, some weird shit, but I don't say nothing. That means I'm done here. That means I'm done with you. You know? Because he had plenty of times of hauling ass, but he chose not to. So I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Again. And every time she turned the bolt, she mumbled Max's name. Max Barker. Max Barker. Max Barker.
This bitch is weird. And I'm talking like a bad weird.
Seeing her standing in the dark mumbling his name really freaked Max out, and it doesn't help that she kind of looks like the bigger version of the girl from The Ring. Max quietly went back to his room and tried to sleep but couldn't and just stayed up the entire night. Another night, he was watching Gladiator and she stumbled out of her room and turned on the living room light, which forced him to pause the movie. She then asked if Max wanted to hear about her ex-boyfriend.
No.
It was so random and sudden, but he just said sure.
No, I would have said no, I'm good, not really. Can I just get back to my shits? Please, I don't want, you should have been, like, go back to sleep. Please. Okay? I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear you talk, because every time you talk, you sound like this. The fuck are you talking about? I can't, what you, fuck are you saying? Yet. Speak up, enunciate your words. I'm sorry.
Lee sat back to listen to her. 10 minutes into her story and she was so riled up. She was screaming at the top of her lungs about their breakup. Max was worried that the neighbors were going to call the cops and she wasn't listening when Max was asking her to lower the volume. Amidst all of her screaming, one thing she said really freaked him out. She was in such a fit and yelled, "I'll slit his throat." Suddenly, Max had no idea what this girl was capable of. She was practically a stranger and everything he had seen was becoming alarmingly disturbing. After a few more minutes, she told him thanks for listening and she started doing her giggle again. Max got out of there pretty fast and he had a pretty unsettled feeling about being in the house with her, and what's worse was that there was no lock on his bedroom door. He pushed the edge of his dresser in front of it to act as a little barricade. Max woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of his dresser scraping against the floor. Beth was pushing the door open. He turned on the lights, shouting at her to stop, and he could see her through the opening of the door. She was so drunk and had this insane look in her eyes. Max yelled at her to go to bed. He could hear her walk back to her room, and once again, There was no way he was able to fall back asleep. The next morning, when Max went out into the hallway, his heart dropped. He saw one of her steak knives on the floor by his door. All he could think about was how she was saying she would slit that guy's throat. Max confronted her about it, and she said she doesn't remember trying to push his door open. She says she doesn't even remember telling him about her ex. Max had enough. His lease was month to month, so he found a new spot and moved out. Not long after, Beth contacted him again. Max was at the movies, and when he turned on his phone, to his shock, he received over 40 text messages that she had sent him over the past 2 hours. They were all
2 hours? Shit! Over 40 text messages in 2 hours. Bitch.
all just insane texts that range from everything between "Hi, how are you?" to "I hate you." Max never responded, and he never heard from Beth again. However, he always wondered if he hadn't set his dresser in front of his door that night, would she have quietly come into his room and slit his throat?
Ah, damn. Them sound effects, yo. You got it. At what point in this story would you have said, "Nope, I'm hauling ass"? Or at what point in this story would you just haul ass? Because truth be told, he could have hauled ass at any given point. He could have hauled ass so many times, but he didn't. So clock you, in all due respects. I can't do it. But this is another new person, new channel that I'm reacting to. Some of y'all may have seen this video before, but let me know if you want me to do more of his videos, and I'll be glad to do that. But I definitely love the horror animations, because this animation and then the last one that I did was clean. These are clean. I love these, you know. But so, question, and I may make a separate video for this, but is there a difference between me reacting to the regular original horror video versus me reacting to like the animated horror video of it? Let me know that in the comment section below. But I mean, there is a difference, but there really isn't. So it's like I don't really know. But hey, if I like them, I'm gonna keep reacting to them. Keep cool, keep classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.